Yeah, go ahead. I was fine.
You said R&B is dead on the radio?
Yeah.
No, it's not. All these rappers are R&B singers.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, though.
Or is it the R&B singers is rappers?
All these niggas be singing.
Yeah, R&B singers done turn rappers too. Like Chris Brown and Trey Songz don't really put out real R&B songs anymore.
Be real. I feel like Chris Brown and Trey Songz could be harder than some of these rappers if they rap.
Yo, definitely Chris Brown.
Yeah, like I feel like these niggas, like we've seen the proof in the pudding before. I've seen the proof in the pudding with the R&B niggas more than the rap niggas as of late.
That's why Chris Brown is the Michael Jackson of our time, because he can do that shit. He can do that shit. He can do all that shit.
I kind of got to give it to him, but as far as songwriting, I'm gonna give that to my man, Weeknd.
Yeah, Weeknd. Yeah, he can write it.
Weeknd mimic Michael Jackson.
I don't think it's fair to put the Weeknd up against Chris Brown yet, just because of the longevity. Now, Weeknd definitely has bangers. Weeknd is definitely dope. Like, he's dope. We grew up with Chris Brown, yo. Like, we
can't do more numbers than Chris Brown too.
He do.
Yeah, he do way more numbers.
I mean,
yeah, he just put out more music.
Yo, that nigga put out way more numbers than Chris Brown.
Yeah, he do. Even with 41 song albums, The Weeknd still doing more numbers than Chris Brown.
And you got to remember, The Weeknd gave Drake an entire album.
Do you consider? I mean, you consider The Weeknd traditional R&B though?
No, I consider The Weeknd mimicked R&B.
So what do you consider Chris Brown?
Authentic R&B.
So is it a fair comparison then? Yeah, I mean, that's what I was about to say. Like, Weeknd's a pop star, and I'm not trying to disrespect him. He's just a big artist. Like, he's just a huge artist, so he don't gotta drive.
So do you look at The Weeknd and what's the old dude name that was on the song with Cardi B?
Bad Bunny?
No, the song before that. It's a light skin dude that Cardi B did a song with. He a singer. I forgot what his name is though. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you.
Miguel?
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, yeah.
Bruno's pop.
So that's what I think Weeknd is too, though.
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
Bruno
they would be in
Mars.
that same category. They would get the same ticket, same concert, same.
That's mimic R&B. That's mimic R&B to me.
Bruno Mars is a motherfucking PG-13 version of Prince.
Why you say that?
He Prince was X-rated. That nigga Bruno is R13, PG-13.
Who you like better? I mean, I know Bruno put out more. Who's better, Miguel or Bruno?
As far as what, making songs or what?
That's a good one.
Albums, because they both have had some.
I mean,
that's a good one.
Miguel don't drop dope albums. He dropped dope songs though.
Let me see what that. He has one dope album. Let me see what the name of it is.
But Bruno Mars, he had bangers all over his albums. All over his albums.
He be having top charters.
Choppers. Yeah, he do.
That's big facts.
Yo, I like that Piff gear. Yo, you keep jumping out the neck on us with all type of shit, man.
I told you once I get some bread, man, I got you.
He had the white shit last time and the other shit before that. I'm gonna call the Better Business Bureau. I'm calling the Better Business Bureau, yo.
Yo, you know I got you, man.
Nigga.
You know I got you.
Yo, remember on Paying in Full when he pulled up was like, you need to get your man. The
man's looking bad over there. Yo.
We the niggas that was in the passenger seat. Like, yo, you gotta get your man.
Regular hats.
Yo,
regular gear. Look, he got on he got the ear pods in. He got he looking like a boss right now, man. I'm looking like, yo, where to work at? I need to go back outside. Where to work at?
Fucking niggas, fucking Puff Daddy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. The old lady been treating me good lately. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, man,
This nigga Puff Daddy.
Oh, look, there we go. This Piff Radio, Street Avengers, Classical the Great, Garcia Vega. We got Luna check it in.
Okay, there we go.
Do we need to start over?
Oh yeah, let's start.
Hey, Luna Gray, what's up?
Luna Gray, ladies and gents. Gotta click the microphone down there at the bottom and share audio.
Oh, she good. She connecting.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you. I can hear you now.
All right, what's up?
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Amazing, amazing.
Welcome to Piff Radio.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Yes. Where you from?
Well, I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, but I've lived in Chicago for about the last 10 years or so. So this is home.
That's what's up. What made you get into the music?
I listened to her track yesterday. You know, you tagged me into it, right?
Yeah.
Luna, you got like this new, not Iggy Azalea, but you're like a new you like a new Pink. You got like a little bit of Pink in there. I seen a whole bunch of twisted stars in there. Who inspired you?
I'm sorry, my phone was glitching out. My inspirations, you know, I would say actually the reason I started rapping in general, Lil Wayne was a big influence for me. I remember like just hearing the Carter 2 and the Carter 3, and I just like loved his triple entendres and the double, triple meanings of things. So around that time, like it's all I was listening to with my best friend, and I used to make her beatbox for me. I would force her to beatbox for me. She didn't know what she was doing, just so I could like rap over, you know, what she was doing, whatever crappy beatbox she came up with. So I used to like just write. I used to write a lot of raps and stuff, and I would, you know, make all my friends listen to them. That was about like 12 years ago.
You was a freestyler?
I was a freestyler. Like, it's funny because like I don't really like. Hey, that's how I started. I started off like every chance I got. I was just that girl that was like, yeah, I'm gonna freestyle. But I just thought I was so cool for.
Yo, what high school did you go to that the white girl were freestyling in the lunchroom? Where'd you go?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like my high school was like it was the diverse high school of Madison. It was the bad school. I don't know what that means, but our principal was like, you know, he was like quarter black or whatever. So I guess that was different than a lot of places in Wisconsin. So, you know, we had a little more. It was, I don't know. It was like all my friends in Madison most of them were from Chicago anyways, because a lot of people, you know, move city to city from Milwaukee to Madison to Chicago. So like a lot of my friends.
Hey, pick class.
I got some people out here.
Y'all cannot, neither one of you guys can say that you ever knew a white girl in your school that rapped.
Nah, that's a fact.
Nah, that's a fact.
Look, she just trumped I'm from Alaska. She just trumped that with her, yo, I got bars.
Yeah.
So, I remember I used to bring my laptop in the car while we'd be cruising around and up to no good. And I remember I would be playing songs I recorded myself, like on my laptop, and they'd be like, whoa, this is kind of good. This is, I shouldn't swear, but this is kind of good. This is kind of good, you know? So I'm like, yeah, you know, I just started recording myself.
And you can swear if you want to, by the way.
Yeah,
oh, okay, cool. Okay, I don't feel bad then.
Yeah, we all good.
Good. So yeah, you know, it's been a long road. It's funny because I don't really like, I'll freestyle now sometimes, but I don't really like, I have to be in a mood now. Back then I was always in the mood. I was always like, yeah. You know, now I'm more of now I consider myself more of a writer, because just for branding purposes, I like everything to be in a certain, like, I want to make sure I'm painting my story, you know, very specifically the way I want to. It's all coming down to branding at this point, you know. I was more scattered back then, so it was just like, yeah, song. Now it's more like I'm trying to keep in line with my vision. You know, I want to make sure I inspire people the way that, you know, I see it for the long term. I don't want to just live in the short term anymore. That's just a personal thing for me. Also, just like trying to combine, because I do music. That's the primary thing I do. I also do other forms of art, like comedy and like acting and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's like I'm trying to just figure out, it's all about becoming an entertainer overall, but it's like, what do I represent? You know, what do I want people to know me for? And at the end of the day, I want to, you know, be able to inspire people just like everyone else, you know. I want to.
So you want to learn how to make Luna Gray into a brand?
A complete brand, yes. Like in every way. I mean, you know, I've been working on a lot of merch lately. I got some really cool designs coming out. I have a little bit of merch that's already out right now. Like I got like you know, I got my moon faces hats. I like these because, you know, they're unisex. Guys, girls wear them and
I
like
like
them.
that. That's hot right there.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, you know,
That's
I
hot.
actually
Where can I get it? Where can I get it at?
you would have to go onto my website, thelunagray.com.
Thelunagray.com?
Yes. Okay. Actually, let me throw that on. So these are nice. But anyways, yeah, so I'm really excited because I have a new single dropping this coming Tuesday, May 19th. It is called Big Boys.
Did you get us an exclusive copy? Did we get an email?
I can send one right now.
Send it.
Sure. I want to let you know, I like your Heaven Sent song. I went on Tidal and checked out the songs you got on there. I really like Heaven Sent.
Oh, thank you. That's good to hear. Yeah, okay, I got your email. Perfect.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
What changed in you between Heaven Sent and Nonconformist? Because I hear a lot of growth. Between these songs.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I think just, you know, between that time I had went on tour, like I was on tour last year, and I was really learning a lot about myself, just traveling around and learning a lot about the world and the industry and just what it is to be an artist in those aspects. And I think I just kind of like, I don't know, like Heaven Sent was more of an emotional song, you know, it was more like I was more affected by
I could
my
feel it. Yeah. I could definitely feel the lyrics. I could definitely feel it.
Yeah. And then Nonconformist is more just like, you know what?
That's a vibe.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of more about overcoming, you know, it's more about overcoming all of my hardships or struggles or everything. Just, it's all about transmuting the negative energy into the positive energy. That's what life is about to me, you know?
I see
like,
that.
What did you learn about yourself being, having to like sit in the house?
Sitting in the house?
Yeah, like the quarantine stuff. I
learned that I'm more of a homebody than I thought. I actually, you know, it's definitely it's challenged me to think outside the box more when it comes to like what music's really about, you know, because like before the quarantine, it was like, I felt so much pressure to constantly be doing shows all the time, which of course is always the goal, but I feel like I was more scattered because I was running around so much, and I kind of lost sight about what my brand represents and what I do it for. Because you're running around, you're in the scene, you're networking, you're going to parties, you're going to clubs, you're trying to show your face so much, and now we're not doing that. So now it's more about just like, what do I stand for, and how can I put it together in a way that people are going to understand it. You know, I feel like
she's in a marketing transition phase, you know, when she's trying to put together her game plan, which fan base she's going to choose, how she's going to come across. I get that part. That's an evolution of an artist. Just like Classic said earlier, is evolution.
Yeah, it's a necessary step. It is a necessary step if you really want to do what you say you're trying to do.
Right. Exactly. It's necessary. I feel like a lot of people, like, they get so caught up in everything else, they don't even think about, they don't get the foundation laid properly. You know,
some people get the culture and the business confused. Right. Like, the culture's for free. The business, you know what I mean? Which one you want to be a part of? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
is she signed to any labels or something like that?
I am not signed to any labels. I am independent. I have been on some contracts here and there, but I got out of them for multiple reasons. But right now I'm independent. I'm fully independent.
Are you wanting to stay independent, or is that just, you know, what's going on right now? Were you looking for a major, or do you like the independent world better?
You know, I like the independent world. I'm not opposed to signing to something. I'm not someone that's like completely against that, but it would have to really, really, really make sense. I have a pretty good team right now, so it's kind of like we can get a lot done. You know, I got some good PR. I got a lot of pieces that I need. It's all about putting the pieces together, you know. And I think a lot of what the label does is they just put those pieces together for you. So it's like, if you can do that yourself, then you're really winning, because then you don't gotta, you know, you don't have to break off, you know, half what you're doing.
Right.
Or whatever. So
how long you been doing music officially?
How he just kind of dropped off Interscope, and he's still doing his numbers. You know what I mean? Like, but one thing, like you just said, the team. Like, I love how you're, you know, you realize it's not all about you. You're the light, but you got that team behind you. And I think there's a lot of artists that don't realize, like, everybody talks self-made, this, that, and the third, but it's a team effort. You know what I mean? There's no I in team. I love how you're bringing that up.
It's so important. And it's like, people want to get so, you know, big-headed. Oh, I did this by myself. Well, I'm sure you did a lot of it yourself. I mean, everyone does, and every artist is going to do most of it themselves, but at some point you're going to need to get some other people involved. I mean, you can't do
everybody plays their part.
Yeah.
We like to say we did it by ourselves, but we're just playing our part in the story. You know what I mean? Like, rain drop in the soil, the tree grew. Everybody played their part. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, I planted the seed, and now we're all watering it together and providing the sun. And you know, it's like so many different things happening at once. There's so many moving parts. You got to have a team. You have to have a team. Like, you got to have multiple people, you know, who do what they do, and they do it best. You know, I mean, I could do a lot of, I'm, you know, even things like, there's so many more things that I could be doing, but I want to focus on being an artist as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know your strengths.
Like, right. And like, I'm pretty good with like the business aspects, but the less of that the more of that I can put on my team, the more I can focus on just being the creative energy that I am. It helps me get more in my zone and live my life as Luna Gray, as this artist. I heard someone say, they asked how long I was doing music.
Yeah.
So I started like writing songs, or writing raps more so, about 12 years ago. And then I think it was in like it was like 7 years ago that I was like, you know what, I'm doing this. And I went through a really hard time in my life, and you know, everyone was like, you can't go be a rapper. Like, I mean, come on, look at me. No one wants me rapping. They're like, and I don't consider myself a rapper anymore. I don't. I consider myself an artist. That's it. You know, like, I rap, I sing, I do what I do. I do harmonies, but I don't think of myself
when
as a
she
rapper.
said she don't consider herself a rapper, all I heard was me and my ego. Gotta do ego.
I don't know. I feel like as I keep growing, I feel like I just am a different type of artist, though. I feel like I have less. I want to be more. It's more about the vibe for me now, because I'm just kind of going off my emotions, and everything I do musically, it's just like I'm just releasing. And sometimes it might be a rap, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it's like specifically.
I think we get to the point where hip hop and rap is so old, it's being accepted to mesh with the other genres, where you don't have to be like, I'm a rapper. You can just be like, I'm an artist. Because, you know, hip hop was kind of like a rebellious. We were talking about this pit. It was kind of like a rebellious genre where it was almost taboo to be like, yo, I rap. You know what I mean? It was a stereotype to it. But so, like how you said vibes, like, vibes is a heavy word used in hip hop and rap right now. Like, that's kind of what we're on right now, the vibe, catching the vibe.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I definitely understand what you're getting at.
Yeah. So, yeah, then it was just a really, like, dark time in my life, you know. It was like everything in my heart and everything that my soul felt like it needed. The only thing at that time that was really truly giving me happiness, that was a healthy coping mechanism, was music. I was just doing a lot of bad shit at that time.
I think every true musician feels like that.
Right. It was like everything else was just like a bunch of like sketchy, like, I was just sketchy. I was just doing stuff I didn't have no business doing at that time. And the only thing that was healthy for me to actually like get through my issues was music. And everyone told me, you can't do that. You know, my family, everyone around me said, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. And then it just went down some dark paths of depressions and just bad. And, you know, I like dropped out of college. And I remember as I was like dropping out, like that night, I was going through a horrible depression, and I was like, what is the purpose of anything? And I was like, it's a happiness. And then it was like, you know what? I don't give a rat's ass what anyone says ever again. I'm doing music. That's it. That's the only thing that makes me happy. I don't care. And ever since that moment, that's what my life's been about, you know, just fulfilling my purpose, you know?
Music is one of those few things that uses both sides of the brain as well. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that got your whole mind.
Right.
Running, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand what you're saying as a therapy. And like Vega said, man, every true musician has a story.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have a real story. They let you hear it, maybe, but, you know, maybe they just fused it into a positive. How you said, take your negatives into a positive.
Yo,
Yeah.
look, so they about to say, let's go end the meeting in like 10 minutes. Let's just start over and come back.
Okay. This is part 1. Piff Radio. We with Luna Gray, Street Avengers, Jay Pig, Garcia Vega, Classical the Great. I don't got a blunt today. I'm on this nigga's 46. It's a different vibe. Let's go. Part 2 on the way.
All right.